Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning back in with me again on another one, okay? And another one. So you're watching this video, then you know that even within yourself that you have been a consumer too much. And now it's time for you to produce. You're ready to begin to start producing things. You're tired of consuming. You're ready to start producing. All right? Let's get right on into it. So first of all, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in with me. If you know, you know. If you know me, you know I don't edit nothing out. You know what I'm saying? I don't edit it out. I want you to know I'm human. This is real. This is what it is, okay? So if you are consuming and you're not producing, if you're always just constantly watching things, watching other people do this, watching other people do that, and you're wondering why you don't feel fulfilled, you're wondering why you feel the way that you feel, you're wondering why sometimes you just feel down no matter what you do. You know, when you're out here, you're doing stuff, you know, you're participating in other things, but yet you still don't have that feeling of fulfillment. You're wondering why even on certain jobs you may feel like, you know, this is just not the job for me. Sometimes it's not the job, it's the perspective. Sometimes it's because of what we do outside of that job, what we do when we're not there on the job, what we do when we are on our free time. Just like in the beginning of the book of Genesis, it says, in the beginning, God created. Underline the word created, the heavens and the earth. It didn't say God consumed the heavens and the earth. He created the heavens and the earth. And we're created in his image and after his likeness. So therefore, that means we are creative people. We are creators. We're here to create. We're here, to create things, put those things out so other people can get those things from what we produce. And they're here to do the same thing. We're here to fulfill the will of God for our lives. We're here to be a solution for other people. And we can't be a solution if all we're doing is consuming. If we have so many consumers and everybody is consuming but nobody is producing, then that's going to leave a lot of people not having the solutions to a lot of the problems that they have. So for you, one of your problems may be because you are a creator and you're not creating. I know for myself, when I feel a certain way and I feel down or whatever the case may be, I have to go and create. And once I create something, I feel so much better. It's because you are here to create. You're here to do something with your hands, creating, whether that's digital products, creating, whether it's getting on here making content, whether it's crafting, whether it's, you know, helping someone, you know, with the problem that they have, being a solution to someone. You're producing something. It's just like you're not going to have a tree in your yard that's a fruit tree, and you're going to always go to it and be nurturing this tree and doing stuff for this tree and expecting something from this tree. If it's never producing anything for you, it's only consuming, you're going to be like, man, we just might as well get rid of this tree because it's not producing anything. And that's what's going on with a lot of us, even in relationships, even in things that we're with, you know, in our lives, in marriages and partnerships and anything you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Any type of ship you want to talk about, all right? It's because we are consuming more than we're producing. In a relationship, you have to produce. You can't just consume, just take. You also have to give. That's producing. You're producing something. You're giving out love. You're giving out attention. You're giving out affection. You're giving out, you know, support. You're doing more than just looking to receive, but you're also giving. You got to do something too. You can't just consume everything and just have your hand out for everybody else to do everything for you, or you're watching everybody else do everything, but yet you're not doing anything. You have to also produce too. You have to also put your hands to the plow. You have to also be out here making moves and doing things too. You can't just sit and just wait and let everybody else do everything. You got to be producing. You got to be out here living your life to the fullest by seeing what's on the inside of you that you can put out, that you can produce, that you can give to the world. What is it about you that you can share? You know, and like I said, if you try these things, as far as if you're on a certain job and you just don't feel like you're fulfilling, you know, you're being fulfilled, or you just feel empty still, no matter what you do, on your job or going to work, that's not really producing. That is giving. But at the same time, if it's not your purpose, you won't feel fulfilled in doing so, because you're here to create something, to give out something. If you're going to work, you're pretty much working what someone else has envisioned, or someone else's vision, or what someone else's purpose to do. And not saying something is wrong with that, because we all know that we have to work. And I get that, and I understand that completely. But you want to make sure that you're also working when you're on your free time, that you're working for you. That just as hard as you work for other people in their vision, and you're going to work, you're going to your 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 12, or whatever the time may be, make sure once you're off from that job that you're also still putting value in the world, that you're also still working on what it is that you were here to work on. You're still doing what God has called and created you to do. You're still out here making sure that you are doing something with your time as well, that you're working on you, that you are developing yourself, that you are producing things. I love to read different books. I love to get on YouTube and listen to great content. And that's you consuming that. And that's okay to consume those things. But the next thing you want to do is, once you're consuming, and if you're consuming, make sure you're consuming good things. And whatever you're consuming, then take those things that you have consumed and then flip that and produce something from that. That's the key to that. It's not just sitting hearing a great YouTube video. It's not just hearing reading a great book. It's not just hearing a great podcast. It's also then producing something from that greatness that you've heard. It's just like reading the Bible. It's one thing to read, and being just a reader, but not a doer. You got to be a hearer and a doer of the word. You can't just hear it, you got to do it too. So in order for things to work, you got to also do it. It's just like anything that you're trying to do. You can hear people give you, like they said, a sauce. They give you the keys. It's like the keys to the kingdom. Like you got the principles. You got everything you need to know of how to do this, how to do that. Somebody's telling you. But if you're not producing something from that, if you're not putting in that action is producing. If you're not putting forth that effort and doing something with it, all you're doing is just consume some information that you could use. And that's valuable information, but you're not using it. So what's the value on it if you're not using it? It could have great value and be actually something that can transform your life and change it. But if you're not using that knowledge that you have, then it's useless. And we don't want to have a good knowledge and valuable information and don't use it and make it useless. We want to make it useful. We want to use the things that we have, and we want to produce from the things that we are learning and that we're consuming, that we're reading and that we're hearing, and we want to flip that and we want to use that in our lives, and we want to produce something great from that. We don't want to just consume so much and not sit here and actually be producing things out here in this world. I'm gonna tell you, things will change once you start producing, once you start putting things out there, once you start creating things, once you start working on you, finding out what's on the inside of you, and start putting things out. If you want to be on YouTube, if you want to make videos, just do it. Somebody out here is going to love you. Somebody out here is going to want to watch you. Somebody out here is going to want to read a book from you. Somebody out here is going to want to hear a podcast from you. Someone's going to want their makeup done by you. Someone's going to want their hair done by you. Their nails done by you. Someone's going to want you to sell their home. Someone's going to want you to coach them. It's somebody out here for everybody. That's why you're here. If you were not of use, God would have never created you, because God wastes nothing. He created you because there's something about you that somebody else needs. You are chosen. When you are chosen for a time as this right here, it's something about you. Because he knew you before he formed you in your mother's womb. So if he knew you would not be any good and produce nothing, or that you couldn't produce anything, he would have never created you. He would have never created you just to consume, but not be a producer. So you got to produce. You got to get out here and you got to produce. Find out what's in you. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look like the next person. So what? Find out what's in you, and then you get out here and you do what it is that you were called and created to do. You go be great. Okay? Get out here and produce. It's time out for consuming so much. If you're going to consume, make sure you're producing something from what you're consuming. All right? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon on the next one. All right? See ya. Don't forget, you're the one. All right? You're the chosen one.